The Wyburn-Mason I've had since I was born, and my dad was partially, or is partially sighted, but there was never any link between the two. So during my formative years I went for various tests, MRIs, etc. And the Wyburn-Mason was diagnosed. Probably have to ask my mum. I couldn't tell you, I don't know actually. I don't know how they diagnosed it. Well, it must have been, I guess, because I was blind in that eye, or I'm blind in the left eye. I guess it was unresponsive, maybe. I think I was probably about 3. I've got letters going back to about then. So, yeah, through it. That is a little bit, obviously, because I was so young, I don't really remember it, and my mum would need to fill me in on that. I'm partially, or short-sighted in my right eye. About, is it -7, I think, so pretty short-sighted. Yeah, there have been problems with it. I can't see anything on the left-hand side, so obviously anything that comes across me is a problem. I wasn't able to play contact sports at school because of the fear that the condition could transfer to the right-hand side of my eye. So, but in terms of sort of general living, no one really knew. And people still don't know to this day when I tell them I'm blind in it. The only side effect from it really was it started to wander quite a bit, but I had that fixed when I was about 32, and had it straightened up. So that was a big thing for me. In terms of the acromegaly, that's an even weirder one. So when I was about 2007, Bristol Eye Hospital wrote to me saying, would you be prepared to be part of some student exams, because you've got such a rare eye condition, they want to try and diagnose what you have. So I said, of course I will. So I went in and I sat down, and of course these students, I guess, are on hyper alert, you know, looking for everything. And so the examiner would say, okay, here's the patient, what do you see? And before they even looked at my eyes, they were going, well, very large hands, protruding jaw, exposed forehead. And he'd go, well, why do you think that is? And they all of them said, could be due to excessive release of growth hormones, due to pituitary adenoma. Now I'm sat there listening to this going, no, this is news to me. I've never ever heard of this before. And I said to the examiner afterwards, he said, well, I said, what is this? I have no idea what they're talking about. And he said, well, you might want to go to your doctors. You might have something called acromegaly. So I left the hospital, got my phone out, went on Google, typed in acromegaly and read the symptoms. And I knew within the first paragraph that's what I had. My facial features had changed. So people that I knew from school that I bumped into didn't recognise me. I had to get a ring cut off my finger because I could not physically take it off. But you don't think, oh well, I'll piece all of these things together and therefore I have acromegaly. It's just a chance encounter